Kill 'em, Bones. Oh yeah, I wanted to try something. Hold on. What up, Joe? What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here, Joe? I see you in here, Joe. Jawan? What up, Nerd Degree? Alright. Alright. What's up, Craft Crusades? My dude. How you doing, partner? Oh, thanks, man. You're a good dude, Craft. How you doing today, my pigeon brother? Oh, thanks, dude. You're spoiling me. Yeah, I'm great. It's Friday, dude. How can I not be happy? You know what I'm saying, dude? What's up, Blade? Oh, no worries. That's my fault. I need to fix it. One sec. Boom. What's up, Blade? How you doing, buddy? Man, you guys are so nice for coming in here and making my day so much better. You know, you're good people. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with my other, Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the heart, me, dude. Doing good, dude. Like I said, it's Friday, brother. Nothing better than a good Friday. Dude, your mom's here, buddy. It's Friday, dude. Yeah, dude. Craft, get your moms out of here, dude. Well, catch you later, Blade. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I hope you have a wonderful day. Dude, I'm just alright. You're too kind. I'm gonna go try and grab this capture card that I have. Oh, maybe it's over here in this pile of junk. No, I don't know where it is. I'm not gonna go look for it right now. I'm trying to get my webcam to do 4K. It's not doing 4K right now. And it's bothering me. So I have a webcam right there for the twitchings. Welcome to level 2 of the fan club, Craft Crusades. It's saying that it's not a USB 3.0, but it definitely is. It definitely is, you know? Forgive me, just one moment. I gotta fiddle around. Man, okay. I'm figuring it out. I'm just a little slow.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Sorry about that, dude. Let me turn that down a bit. Can you hear me now? Hopefully you didn't leave. I'm sorry. Hello? Hello? Come back. Okay, sweet. Sorry. Yeah, so I have this giant syringe, and I just fill it up. You saw it? Fill it up, and just hit the corners, and then that way I don't ever have to like really reuse my wet palette. This is actually a really cheap, crappy wet palette. I want to get a better one. Later, Yaz. I'll catch you later, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. But yeah, the wet palette, this one, it dries out overnight, and I really don't like it. I had a really nice one, but the sponge eventually just kind of disintegrated. So I need to get a better one. But yeah, I just try and like fill it up every day or two. But the transference between the wax paper and the water isn't that great. I would like it to be better. I have a problem with the parchment paper turning up on the edges. So generally that's just like not enough water in the palette, I found. Or the parchment paper is just like giving up. You can put like like a little bit of paint on the edge, or even like little magnet weights. I've done that before. But honestly, it's just the parchment paper just being like, change me. I'm dying. It's basically what I found, you know? Oh, that's smart. Oh, the fresh one, you kind of got to let it soak for a minute. So you need to like let it soak on one side, and then I flip it over and let it soak, and then I flip it over and then I start using it. It takes like, I'll like drop a piece of parchment paper in water and just like let it hang out underneath like a plate or something in the sink for like a half hour or so. That helps. Sometimes it doesn't work. But if it starts curling after, then generally it just is because it's dying. But yeah, fresh parchment paper likes to curl, so I just soak it for forever. Like I'm prepping a watercolor paper kind of thing. It's the same process I use. I don't know if you're familiar with watercolors, but yeah, that also helps it. A little bit of warm water. Yep. Thanks for stopping by, Jatter. I hope you're still here, buddy. I'm sorry about the whole audio issue. My streaming software likes to fight me sometimes. You know, I'm still new at this, still figuring out the ins and outs. Okay. Well, welcome to Warhammer, dude. I have a bunch of Warhammer 40k models. This is my first Age of Sigmar models. That's it's kind of hard to quickly adjust, but that's my Age of Sigmar leader, King Fraud there, that I painted up, and then this is also my Kragnos proxy as well. He's a big boy. But yeah, I'm doing Age of Sigmar right now, but I have like 6 Warhammer 40k armies. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. It's a bit of a kind of a poor man's setup, so I apologize for the quality. But yeah, what army are you looking into getting or have gotten? And I'll try and Give you some quick starter tips, dude. Get you going on the right way. Yeah, running the paper underneath the wet palette helps a ton. Warm water, that's for sure. Nice, dude. Just some ultramarines? Are you doing a specific chapter or just boys in blue? Horus Heresy? Nice, dude. I actually need to start a 30k army. I was going to use some of my Astra Militarum as a proxy and run them as like militia, I think is what I was told to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And then maybe get some of their really cool tanks. The Wormer 30k line is insanely good. It's just insanely good. That's sweet, dude. What'd you use to paint so far? What's your painting style? Did you go like super clean lines or did you make them battle worn? There's a bunch of stuff to skin a cat, you know? A bunch of ways to skin a cat. That's a saying in the US, okay? I'm not weird. Oh, nice. The book? Sweet, dude. Did you go with like the contrast paints route? Well, are we talking about like right before the Emperor? The Emperor went on the Golden Throne. It's really cool lore, man. I won't spoil it for you if you want to read the whole series. But the Horus Heresy is insane, dude. Some of the best literature ever. Really, it can just come down to bad communication in a family is what took down the whole empire, basically. Communication's key. Yeah, it's a lot of books, dude. It's definitely a commitment. Citadel paints are amazing. I like all of their contrast paints. I don't really buy any of their other paints anymore. Their contrast paints, their metallics are really good. I like their metallics. But like for instance, this was painted just with pure contrast paints. So this was no airbrush, nothing fancy, just contrast paints. So I love their contrast line. Some seriously good paints, dude. It's my little Biologist Putrefier, dude. Yeah, I spent a little too much time on him. That's for sure. I haven't painted an actual Space Marine, but I will soon. I printed off my lady some female Raven Guard. Horde, Fat Boy, Craft Crusades. Y'all are going quiet. Are you just hobbying, huh? Don't you go silent on me. I get lonely and scared without my friends. Yeah, you like the live. You're like, I'm here. I liked. But Jatter, if you check out my YouTube channel, I have a full hour-long video. It's a little long-winded for sure, but it's all about King Broad. It's my first YouTube channel, and it kind of shows you how I paint. I like to think I call it the easy way. But basically what I do, like this is step one. This is just blocking in. And then after I block in, well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're hobbying, dude. That's the whole point, right? So I painted 5 Space Marines, but I found that the paint was almost like too thick, so I need to find the right balance. Yes. Okay, that is the number one. That is the number one thing I feel like we all struggled with when we first started is paint thickness. Out of the bottle, you never ever want to paint straight from the bottle, unless it's like a wash, but even then I water those down a little bit. But I can just show you real quick. This is straight from the bottle, right? Whenever you see it glob up on the paintbrush like that, you're in for a bad time, right? Because that's just going to set down on the Mini. Then I'll show you on the wet palette. Well, I'll show you on this. This has kind of a gradient to it. Yeah, and that's the problem I don't like about Citadel is they make this seem like you're going to get a great product straight from the bottle, and that's just not true. Like thinning your paints is the #1 skill, right? So to show you kind of straight from the bottle what this looks like is it's just, you see how opaque that is? But do you also see how it's like dragging? Can you see how that just kind of drags down? So what's happening is how paint is made is with little tiny flecks of plastic, colored plastic or acrylic, right? A polymer of some kind. Those little itty bitty grains, you can think of them as like sand. That's how I think about it, like molecular sand. When you take it straight from the bottle, it's almost like trying to use like a wet beach sand to like mold a castle, right? It's really thick. It's just full of sand. It's full of particulate. So to get a smooth finish, like how smooth this is here, right? You need to then add a little bit of water. So it's more of like a sandy slurry, the pigment. So what this is called, this level I call base, right? Base, you can call it a lot of things. Citadel brands base as what you start with, right? They say, oh, you paint with base, and then you use layer for edge highlighting, and then you use your wash, right? That's their branding. Well, throw that out the window. Base is what I call straight out of the bottle, and it's very rare that I ever use base. Yep, exactly, right? No, I know I know what they're doing, right? And the idea is not a bad idea. They're trying to market it as like an easy way to get an intro into painting. But seriously, a wet palette is next level, and you don't even need to buy one. You could have put paper towel down and buy parchment paper and put it in a piece of Tupperware and added some water, and you would have had a wet palette. That's like the cheap way to do it, right? Perfect. So let me show you the different techniques. This is what I call base. Now, if I add, this is why I add my Citadel paint onto my wet palette. I have a little bit of water in this brush. I'm going to add a little bit of the paint. I'm just going to kind of mix it together. Now this is your starting place, right? Well, don't strip one of them. Did you strip all of them? Because you always got to keep your first Mini, because then that way you can compare it. I did the same thing, and I really wish I had my first Mini. Like, it hurts inside that I don't, because I really wish I could show before and after from like years of, experience. But this right here, this is what I actually consider layer paint. This is actually, Citadel brands this as a layer, or actually this is a base. But like the layer consistency is also a lie, right? Now, if I was to paint this on my thumb, do you see how like liquidy that is? Right? And if I was to take this straight from the bottle, which would be like this, do you see the difference? Do you see how like the wateriness is like kind of going down in the edges of my nail? Sorry, I work construction, so my hands are gross. So this right here, this nice watery texture, this is what I actually generally paint with. So like for instance on this little piece here, I want this to be this color, right? So as I'm painting, do you see how it's kind of going into the recesses? So it's just flowing. Do you see that flow? That means I'm not going to get what is called opacity, right? So if you were like on a computer and you change the opacity value, it's like this is what is more like a highlighter, right? So I'd have to go over that one more time after it's dried. But that's how you get a nice, thin, even coat, and that way you don't get that textured bit, right? Yep. So thinning your paints is an art form. A lot of guys will paint onto their finger like that or onto their thumb. I don't really do that. I just kind of, I know what it, I look at the brush. I know what it looks like on the edge of my brush, and I know how the paint will act because I've used these paints for years now. I just know what the paint's going to do when it hits. But whatever method you need to kind of like play around and figure it out, the next step up from layer, what I would call a layer, right, is what's known as glazing, right? So glazing, I'm gonna grab a touch more water, add a little bit more water in, and I'll show you what a glaze painter is. So a glaze painter paints like that. Well, even that's too watery for them, or too opaque. Did you see how that paint just disappeared though in there? When I did that, do you see how that paint disappears? That's a glaze. So the idea behind a glaze is basically translucent except right at the tip. So when you're looking at these like really amazing painters, generally what they do is they glaze everything. Just a ton of glazing. And that is how you get the correct texture of paint. And honestly, if you're patient, you can just glaze forever and you can put 1,000 layers of glaze painting on and it'll come out amazing, and it takes forever, but that's how those guys get what they want, right? They just take way more time than I want to, probably what most people want to, and that's how they get their like picture perfect quality paints. And then all a wash is if I wanted to wash with that, I would add even more water than a glaze, like twice as much water as a glaze, you know? What's up, Carl? How you doing today, buddy? Exactly. Yeah. The more layers you do, the better a product you'll get in the end. Um, if you want to paint how I paint, again my YouTube video will show you how to do that, or my past streams. I use oil washes, but generally the way I paint is I block in my colors, which is what I'm doing right now, and then I do a dry brush. And by the way, no one tells you when you first start, but dry brushing, you want to make it as dry as possible. Like you brush it on the paper towel, and there's like until there's like no pigment coming off of the paper towel, and then that's where you start with dry brushing. No one said that to me, and I ruined a bunch of models in the beginning. But so I'll block in my colors, I'll dry brush, and then I'll use my oil wash. It works just the same as acrylic washes, and then I do my edge highlights, and that's basically how I paint. Is like a 3-step process, and you can repeat doing the dry brushing and edge highlighting and wash as many times as you want. You get more depth of color that way. Oh, nice, dude. Demon Prince for which army, dude? Like corn demons? Demons of corn? But yeah, Jatter, I'm excited to hear about your wet palette tomorrow. Why don't you make sure to pop back in and let me know how it goes, brother. I'm invested in your progress now, so you have to hang out now. Oh, nice, dude. What's an S2D set? Educate me, enlighten me, Carl. Teach me what an S2D is. Oh, Parasite of Mortex? Hell yeah, brother. That's sick. I need to somehow incorporate my chat from Twitch and YouTube into my TikTok somehow. I don't know how to do that yet. Slave to Darkness, TikTok Descent. Like the full name. Oh, sweet, dude. Doesn't like the full name? Gotcha. Yeah, TikTok gets a little weird. It gets angry. I actually can't even bring up like a lot of things, or else it flags it like I'm trying to sell people or take them off the platform. Like even shouting out my buddy's resin company that he has, where he 3D prints and shoots it out, it gets mad. Gets mad for me just doing that, dude. I am double streaming, yeah. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I'll look into it. Well, I am using Restream right now, Jatter. The problem is TikTok is weird. So TikTok doesn't allow me to stream through my PC until I reach like a certain audience base. So, and I can't reach the audience base until it's not even based on my TikTok audience, which is my largest platform. It's based off of my YouTube and Twitch platform, which is like super weak right now. So I use my phone for TikTok, and then I use Restream for YouTube and Twitch with OBS. The sensor is wild these days, dude. It's so powerful. The problem is they added AI to it. You know, now it's not just a bot. It's like a bot with intelligence. Well, it's not Restream. It's literally TikTok Studio for PC. You have to qualify for it, and I haven't qualified for it. I've like applied and been denied like 3 times, 4 times in a row. And it's because I don't meet the qualifications for the external platforms, apparently, or something. I don't know. But I am trying to make it as nice for my viewers as possible, and TikTok's just getting in the way. So for now, I read messages off of TikTok and YouTube, and I do have my TikTok messages popping up. Yeah, I only have like 600 followers on TikTok, but I am growing quicker. It's a grind, but it's a fun one. I'm enjoying the process. Met some really cool people on TikTok that like to hang out. It's really fun. And now I got you here on Twitch to come hang out with me now, right? Life's good, dude. No complaints here. Yeah, the sensor can get a little out of hand, dude. It's a bit crazy. It gets angry. Jatter, what made you think about doing Space Marines? What was the vibe that caught your eye? I like how you just like the stream every now and then, dude. You're the best. What's up, Brush and Bone? Welcome back, buddy. How you doing tonight, brother? Brush and bone. That's literally what I'm doing right now. I'm brushing some bones. Little paint, tap, tap, tap. Little paint, tap, tap, tap. They look sick. I got some inceptors, nice to build and stuff. But I want to practice the paint consistency on my stripped ones. Yeah, for sure. No, 100%. No, I got you. Inceptors are really cool. They have sticky objectives. I would recommend maybe looking into doing, because you can do the kits there. You can always tell people it's a different kit if you're planning to play them. But infiltrators are a really sick unit that come out from that same box. So they're just kind of like inceptors, just a little bit better in my opinion. Can't remember. That is for my Raven Guard army, so it really depends on your army rule. What various of giant are you doing? So I'm doing, right now, so far I have King Broad as my warlord. And then I have, or general, or whatever it's called in Age of Sigmar. And then I have my Kragnos, and they're in a regiment together. And then my second regiment is going to be a Gatebreaker with 3 baby Gargants. So I'm hoping I can use them kind of as like a... I want to use the babies as like a home objective holder, and then use the other 3 to move up, and then use my Kragnos to countercharge with the 3d6. Is the idea. Brush and Bone is a dude. Is that the ones that teleport into battle? I would like to learn the table. I can't. So the infiltrators, I think they get the scouting rule. I don't know if they have deep strike, but I think they get a 9-inch move at the beginning of their the first, like right after you deploy. Then you do your scout moves, which makes them really good. I can't remember exactly what makes them so good. I've only played my Space Marines like once. I built them for my lady to play with me, and she would know more. But I just remember looking at, the only thing that Inceptors have that's like super good is sticky objectives, which means that you just have to touch the objective once, and then you can move away from it and you hold it for the rest of the game until the enemy stands on it. You know. What's your battle list looking like, Carl? I've never played a moment of Age of Sigmar, but I have a new friend, and he's telling me I gotta get this army online as fast as possible so we can play together, because he's super into Age of Sigmar. So I'm curious to see if I need to print off another one and run like 2 different versions of an army, you know? The tabletop game, Warhammer, is really fun. I really enjoy Warhammer. The like hardcore guys are not a big fan of it anymore, because they've really like arguably oversimplified the rules. In my opinion, I really like the rules now. They're like, you can, really just get some models together and make a decent match out, which is more interesting for me. But yeah, the game is really fun. I really enjoy it. My friend came over a week or 2 back, and we played 2 matches, and he just absolutely destroyed me both matches, but it was still fun. He also plays Custodes, and that was my bad. I should have known. I should have brought a list. I mean, the problem is you don't want to like build a list just to beat your friend. You want to build a list that can hopefully beat everyone that you meet. So. But I played super bad. I'll be honest. It was a me problem, not a him problem. TBL's in the house, dude. What's up, partner? How you doing tonight? I've been missing you. Nice, dude. That sounds like a badass army. That sounds sick, dude. I love painting rope. I'll be honest. I'm going to be really bummed when I don't have rope to paint anymore. Oh, Bro Dad Paints is in the house. What's up, dude? Welcome to the party, dude. And we got all the OGs on tonight. And made some new friends, too. Yeah, Jatter, I would, if you don't have friends that are getting into Warhammer, I would definitely check out the vibe at your local game store and see what everyone's playing, because all my friends kind of stopped playing Warhammer, and so then I went to a game store for the first time in like forever, and I realized no one played Warhammer, and it really bummed me out. I'm also planning to set up a World Eaters army next year using a Gore Storm and combat patrols. Oh, dude, that'd be sick, dude. The World Eaters have such a cool line. Bro Dad Paints, what's up, dude? I think people are having connection issues with my stream right now. It's showing all green, though, here for me. Maybe I'm asking too much of my internet. Joe, what do you know, Joe? $50 minis to paint? Yeah, that's brutal, dude. That's, you gonna assembly line that action? It's about the only way to do it fast. I once did like 30 Poxwalkers, and I was planning to do like 100 Poxwalkers, and I just called it. Dude, that was too much. I was like, 30's enough. I'm good. It's hard to stay motivated on the 20th one, let alone the 30th. Yeah. Definitely. Well, you wanna treat them right, you know? Give them the due diligence. I'm usually pretty lazy with most of my army. It's just the showcase models, the like really big cool boys. I take a little more time on for sure. You gotta treat them right, you know? Bro Dad paints. He's here. He's here, everybody. Maybe he's here. I think my connection's really bad right now. I hope he's not having a hard time connecting. I feel really bad. Hey, buddy. Were you having connection issues? I saw you kind of join and leave and join and leave. Someone else was saying that my stream was dropping for them a lot. I don't know if I have to do something to fix that. Or maybe TikTok's just had enough of me, dude. Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks, buddy. How you doing tonight, brother? Oh, really? Why would they block you? That's messed up. Could have been a misclick. I don't think you're the type of guy to get blocked. In my opinion. I wouldn't block you. That's weird. Huh. Well, you belong here with us anyways. One of us, dude. Jolly wow. Well, I'm trying to get the arms and the legs all based and done up ASAP. Trying to do this model like twice as fast as the last one. I really spent too much time on him. My timeline is shrinking. You know? Got a lot of things to paint. I got a lot of things to paint for Resin Reborn. I have this to paint, and then I also want to paint another army for Age of Sigmar, and then I think I'm going to do a, I don't know. Oh, thanks for the follow, dude. What are you working on tonight, bro dad? Other than working on making my night better, dude. No, Resin Reborn with an E is, he's my 3D printer guy. So he printed all these off for me. Seriously, like, the level of, I have a good 3D printer, but it doesn't even, like, come close to some of the stuff he sent me. But yeah, he's a buddy of mine. So I'm going to get these all painted up for him. But yeah. He is the competition, though. I'll tell you what. I'm trying to beat his expectations, you know? I should do a competition, though. I think I need to get some of that clout, you know? What's up, Hobby Dad? We're about to have a dad off here, it looks like. There's a bunch of dads in here today. Nice, dude. What chapter are you doing with it? Or just testing different chapters. He's doing like a shoulder plate for Ultramarines, maybe the other shoulder plates, Custody or something. Your ugly custom color scheme? What do you mean? I'm sure it ain't ugly, dude. Unless you intentionally want it to be ugly, then send it, dude. I like painting. I like painting grimy and dirty and evil. That's some of the funnest painting. Painting clean and heroic, dude. That's for some guys, not this guy. Yeah. Dude, that's what I tell all of my friends. Hey, when you start, whatever you do the first one, you're now doing for the next, like, you know, depending on what army it is, it could be 20 models, it could be 100, you know? So you better really like it. You better really enjoy the process because you're going to be doing it for a while. You better buckle up, buckaroo. Because you're going to be in it. I actually have my Death Guard army. I know everyone's like, oh, that looks so sick. I hate that I spent so much time on the first minis because now each mini takes like 6 hours, and you can't really do batch painting with them. I've tried. I just end up not painting them. I have like so many half-painted Death Guard. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. See, I like painting, I'll be honest, I like painting tanks. I like painting tanks, I like painting vehicles. So that's why I enjoyed painting my Astra Militarum the most. But then I had to paint like 60 dudes too, so, you know, there's no getting away from it. Man, I'm up to 8K likes. Is that you? Is that you, Craft Crusade? My God, man. Is your thumb okay? What's up, Battlehammer? T. Dude, you gotta paint with that thumb. You're so nice, dude. The tri-tep method, dude. You've reached new heights of understanding with the tappy tap. You become one with the hots. Witness me. Oh, dude. That's why I want to play orcs, is that exact reason. And they're just there for a good time, man. Like, everyone else has agendas, and they're just like, we're just here to mess you up. That's cool. And their lore is super funny. Super fun and funny. There's some silly boys out there. Yeah, I think you can. But well, the idea behind the transports is they can shoot out of them. They're trucks. So, like, you can just put... And they also, you know, they're just a transport. So you can just stack them on if you want. You don't have to, but you definitely can. They're just transporting them, you know? And you should. And you should. I'll catch you later, Jatter. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I hope to see you here tomorrow, buddy. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, orcs are so sick, dude. I feel like all of us deep down wish we had an orc army. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's such a cool rule. That's fun. Hold on, boys. Shoot a boy just fell out. And grappling hook him back on. That's fun. Off subject, any tips for going live? I'm almost to 4K, so I figure I should give it a try. Dude, it really just comes down to just going live. I really sat here for like probably a week or two, and no one ever chatted, no one ever talked to me, and it was a lonely, lonely experience. You guys don't know how much fun it is to like chat with you guys all night. So it really comes down to just going live and just suffering until you get a couple really cool people. I would hop in if I see you on and I'm not streaming myself. I'd come say hi to you, buddy. But that's the real pain of it, right? Is just getting it started, and it was really discouraging. I'm gonna be honest with you. My lady was like, just like keep doing it. I'm sure people will show up, and I'm like, no one's showing up to my wife's stream, and I'm super lonely. And she was like, it's okay, baby. Like, don't be such a little bitch. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. But that's really what it comes down to, is just putting the time in, trying to find cool people that come and hang out with you, Trying to chat with everyone that comes in. That's about all the tips I can give you. Because I'm also trying to figure it out, man. So I don't do any like community stuff or community painting or anything like that. The only community I really do is I try and I like to go through and see what everyone else is painting and comment on it and say how cool it is. I think that's how I found Craft Crusades out in the wild. I was like, hey man, that's sick, dude. And I left a nice comment on him, on one of his amazing models, and yeah, that's really all I do. I post my stuff. I try and compliment others and try and learn from everyone else. We're all students in this art form. And then Craft Crusades was like, oh, this guy who left a nice comment on my thing, I'll check out what he's doing. And he came in here. I was like, everything you do is amazing, and I'm worthless. And he was like, oh, yeah. Well, at least he knows his place now. Now we can be friends. Isn't that right, buddy? Oh, Borf is in the house. What's up, partner? How was Park City today? Dude, everyone's been here. TBL, it showed he joined, but then he left. Wonder if he's alright. You're at the game store all alone? Borf and I found out we live like 10 blocks away, so it's just a town in our locality. Is no one there? You're at what's the place called? I never remember the name. Gotcha, Gambits, something like that. Really no one there, brother? Oh, dude, are you in Utah? Bro Dad Paints? Ah, Kansas. I'm sorry. Really? Oh no, dude. Who's beating you up? What's his name, dude? I'll find him. From the Space Wolves? If I'm not mistaken, Tony has a Space Wolf army. Are you fighting Tony right now? He does have some Space Wolfies, doesn't he? Oh, I just painted this all the wrong color. Whoops. That's what I get for not paying attention. You need to give him the business, dude. Okay? You're representing the party over here, alright? Teach him a lesson, brother. Sounds good, buddy. I'll catch you later. What's up, Sean Rich? How you doing tonight, partner? Dude, you got me up to 12K. You're gonna get banned for liking me too much, dude. My word, dude. You're just in the back there, just liking up like a city, huh? Tri-tip method for the win, dude. I think it was Borf who got actually like shadow lag banned for liking my stream too much, dude. You gotta be careful. Hey, they started like lagging him out. Said he was getting like 5 or 10 minute response times. Like he'd say something, I'd be like, "Oh, what was that?" Or he'd like mention something from forever ago, and I'd be like, "What?" For sure, dude. Well, thanks for stopping by, dude. Thanks for making my night, dude. You have a wonderful, wonderful 2 a.m. evening. You're the best. The best. Titty up time. Dude, you're close to the witching hour, dude. You better go to bed before the demons come out. The witching hour, brother. Isn't that 3 a.m.? Well, Craft has been delightful, dude. You're the best, dude. You are the party, dude. Just a slightly disgruntled fox here in the UK. As always, my friend. As always, my friend, dude. I'll catch you tomorrow. Oh, I might actually not be on tomorrow. I should probably stop saying that. I'll catch you in the next one, though, brother. Thanks for brightening my night, buddy. Watch out for that fox, dude. Alright. Alright. You take care too, dude. And I want to see some more content here coming out soon, okay, bud? I need you to go live too, so I can hang out with you. Alright? Alright. The angle, my dude. The angle. Oh, isn't basing fun? I love it. It's the best. It's my favorite. I love basing, right? That's what you gotta tell yourself. This is the best. I'm having so much fun basing. I think it's funny, like one of these arms is like the equivalent of a Terminator. Like painting a Terminator. It would take probably less time to actually paint a Terminator too. It's a big arm. He's a thick boy. He eating good. Thick boy eating good. What's up, Yorichi? How you doing, partner? Welcome to the party. We're having a party in here, and you're invited, dude. Oh no, my music, it stopped. My motivation. One sec, let me get the tunes back rolling. We'll get back to basing. What's up, minis with me? How you doing tonight, buddy? Boom. Get these tunes back rolling. Why'd you have to be in Kansas, dude? What are you doing over there? You're not allowed to be in Kansas, dude. Unacceptable. Suffering, dude. There's got to be some positives, right? Other than not, you know, I know the negatives, which is being able to hang out with moi. There's got to be some positives, right? What is Kansas known for? Barbecue? Not barbecue. Is it barbecue? No, it's not barbecue. What's up, 16-ounce ball peen hammer, dude? It's kind of a big ball peen hammer, dude. What's up, Lady Nato? Is that NATO or NATO? NATO? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the party. NATO, like tornado. I like that. That's cool. But your personal assistant? If you don't know Lady here, Lady NATO, that's something bold to say, dude. That's bold. Nice. What models are you basing? I had a feeling. Does he put you to work? Are you okay? Sends 2 scared emojis if you need help. Oh, thank you. What's up, Hobby Mini Painter? Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the likes. Welcome to the party, dude. Oh, I'm doing alright. I don't know about cooking. Basing is just about the most boring thing ever. But we're getting it done. We're getting it done. Oh, I'm trying to get my lady into minis too. It's definitely a sickness. I think I've got her close to being fully committed to it. She's just too busy with school right now, but I think she'd be in here painting with me right now if that wasn't the case. Voted Blight, Steeler? Drone? Voted Blight. Hobby Mini Painter, you're a nice guy. Oh, I was just talking about you, baby.
I'm hungry.
You hungry, girl?
I'm hungry.
What are you hungry for?
I don't know.
How can I? Do you want me to make pizza?
No.
No, but we have a pizza oven now, dude. We can make so much pizza.
Brain.
What, a Blight drone? Yeah. You only paint? Yeah, I would only paint too if I could choose. Well, if you're doing a fetid blight drone, you should do some bases like this. Boom. Look at that base. I'm proud of that one. Junk bots? I haven't heard of this junk bots. Are you talking, are you an orc player? Sounds like an orc thing. Hobby mini cleaner, what are you working on? My dear, what kind of food are you interested in? There's nothing better. There is nothing better than a good saxophone solo over some techno, okay? There just isn't. You guys may disagree, and you'd be wrong, but nothing better. That's sweet. Yeah, I'll check out your page right after this. That sounds fun. Have you ever seen that three-dimensional art where if you look at it just right, it becomes like a pigeon or something? I always thought that would be really cool to do. Sax Squatch? Is that Sexy Sax Man? Saxograms? Have you heard about that? Oh, right on. Yeah, you don't want to spoil it for them until after they open their presents, right? But I mean, that juicy content, though, you know, might be worth it. I'm the worst gift giver. I basically buy the thing and I tell my lady, I'm like, do you want your present now? And she goes, no. And I'm like, well, that's too bad because I'm not waiting. And I force her to open it up right then and there.
Are you hungry?
No. Why don't you get DoorDash and you can get whatever you want? You can get whatever you want, and then I'll just have some little bitty. We haven't DoorDashed in 5 ever.
You mean like?
Might have to block them. Yeah.
We literally DoorDashed the other day.
Uh-uh. You want me to cook you a burger or something? You want a quesadilla?
Burger sounds good.
A what?
Burger sounds good.
But then I have to abandon these fine
No,
folks.
It's fine, you don't have to.
Huh?
I'll make something.
What are you gonna make? I'll make it for you. You want me to make you a burger? Do we have buns?
Really want the Indian food.
You want the Indian food? I make a mean burger, brother. Okay? I do. People have said this before. I do.
Ew. Do not fucking quote.
Talk to anyone.
No.
Best burger.
Ew.
I can't do it right now. That hurts my throat. Why does that bother you so much?
Because I get him.
It's funny though. What kind of cheese? Are you a pepper jack on your burger kind of guy? Or are you like a nice sharp provolone? Or are we talking just a classic American slice, Kraft single, you know? My dear, do you want me to make you a burger?
No, I'm gonna make Indian food.
Okay. What's up, squirrel? Ooh, that sounds good, dude. And we're talking about some nice sautéed mushrooms, dude. And Swiss is a perfect cheese for it. Nice little funk, you know. You know what my favorite thing is actually a pastrami burger, right? With sauerkraut and a ton of mustard, dude. Oof. Get out of town, dude. Some nice pickles. Or sauerkraut. But, man. I'm in heaven. And a lot of doohickers on this arm. Man, that sounds good right now. I went to McDonald's and I had a fat guy lunch. I took down a 20-piece nugget, Big Mac with extra mac sauce. So I think I'm going to skip dinner because that's like a lot of calories. I think that's like 2,400 or some crazy amount. Trying to get my girlish figure back, you know? But I'm eating like I'm trying to like enter a competition lately. Lady NATO is a burger fiend. I can be easily captured with Chinese takeout. Oh yeah. I'll be honest. I don't do much Chinese food. I love Chinese food, but I don't know, man. It's kind of it's a momentary thing. Like I definitely like Chinese food, but I think what it is the after effects. Like I could drink probably a gallon of alcohol, like liquor, and be fine. But if I eat a plate of Chinese food, I am messed up the next day. Messed up. So it's definitely a me problem, not the Chinese food problem. I think I'm actually going to just go cook for my lady real quick. She's been busy all day. And I've gotten some decent progress done. I hope you guys won't hate me for cutting this stream short. But I think she needs to sit down and relax for a second, you know? She's been working hard. What's up, Waffles Wi-Fi? I'm actually about to hop off, buddy. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'll try and be on. I might be on later tonight. We'll see. This was like a 3-hour stream. But I might be able to hop on tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to a party. If I do, it'll be earlier in the day. So, I'll catch you fine folks later and enjoy your hobbying. Your marital hobbying. It's pretty cool. It's pretty rare. It's pretty sick. Well, we got the feet done. Feet are all based up. They're just going to be brush highlighted. Same thing there. This one's like 40% done. I'd say 60% done. And then that arm is going to be a while too. So, but I will catch you folks later. Thank you for hanging.